Yeah, so that's something separate. Usually that affects the hearing test in general. So currently, our product will not address tinnitus, but that could be something that we address in the future.
So do you know how big your potential market is for these hearing tests?
Yeah, so there's a huge market for this because in rural areas especially, audiological services are not always available. So that's a huge market for this because people need to get their hearing tested. Additionally, there's a specific chemotherapy drug that's used on patients, and this drug causes hearing loss. And physicians actually don't know at what point in the dosing does this cause hearing loss. And so we spoke to a medical oncologist that's actually very interested in implementing this because he would be able to track his patient's hearing across time. And once he sees any small indication of hearing loss, he can switch to another chemotherapy drug that's not traditionally used initially because it's more expensive.
Who will pay for this?
It's a good question. So we're currently targeting large institutions, for instance, like Mayo Clinic or other hospitals, that would be able to purchase the noise-canceling headphones and the app to use it in their family practice or pediatrics. So right now we're thinking that it would be the institution, or we could possibly talk to insurance companies about covering this.
And then what would their incentive be to pay for this, given the current environment of, cost-cutting measures that are needed to be implemented?
So right now, we believe that this will really bring access to hearing loss screening because just thinking about what an audiologist or audiological service would cost to bring more in just to provide this annual screening, this would actually save money for a hospital rather than having to bring in multiple audiological specialists.
Why not start selling this now in the App Store, advice only, not a diagnosis, for like $5 per download?
So that's really an interest. We're pretty sure so we're working with our regulatory specialists here, and we do know that our device is not significant risk, so we can move forward with FDA approval and all the impediments very quickly. And I think we also got an IB approval, so that can make our application, in the App Store really strong and different from all the others out there. I don't know, Alan, if you also want to.
Yeah, I think that, we talked earlier today about how you guys are making it so you can just download a professional grade, hearing test and run it on yourself. And so I think that your market is much, much bigger than, clinics and so I think that you really need to think about your go-to-market strategy because you have the advantage of having an app store that's out there that has billion of people connected to it, and some of them are going to want to test their hearing. So I think that your app can stand out in a busy app store because you are Mayo Clinic researchers and you are experts at this, and you do have IRB approval. But I think that that should not make you shy away from the mass market. It should make you embrace it, and it will make you succeed in it as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Come on down. You're the next contestant. While we get set up, weren't those junior anglers awesome? Just anytime you're ready.
Move it up.
Say something.
Higher.
Did you turn it on?
You have to turn it on.
To turn it on?
Oh, make sure it's on. Hold it up to your mouth once you say something. Yeah, it's not on.
Give him the regular mic.
Just go with this. We're too complicated.
Tried and true.
Tried and true.
Hello. Hey everyone, my name is Carl, and I'm a co-founder of Slate Q. We're an online marketplace where scientists can buy and sell research writing skills from other scientists. Imagine the Airbnb of research writing skills. So I've been in scientific research for 8 years, and as a graduate student, trying to write multiple papers at the same time I wanted expert feedback on my writing style and syntax. So I looked around at author services companies, and I was pretty dissatisfied. Not only was it impossible to be matched up with somebody who knew anything about my field, but the prices were anywhere from steep to ridiculous, upwards of $1,000 a paper. And a lot of other scientists have been in the same boat. In 2015 alone, 7.4 million non-native English-speaking scientific researchers pumped out 1.5 million research papers. And the majority of those research papers are targeted towards high-impact target journals that are published in US or UK English, like you can see on the right. Now, that means that most researchers globally encounter a language barrier when they're trying to publish their work. And in order to help them get over that barrier, the author services market exists. And this is a $500 million industry in the United States every year. Unfortunately, as with my experience, the lack of depth of knowledge and the high cost results in a failure to meet the needs of active scientists trying to publish in highly technical fields. We never needed full-time teams of scientific writers who don't know the first thing about the research papers that they're trying to edit. What we needed was a marketplace where active scientists could sell their research skills to other active scientists. So, my co-founders and I created Slate Q. We're redesigning the delivery of author services by employing a distributed economy model. We give our customers their choice of editors. We only allow active scientists to edit papers. And all of the interactions between clients are hosted online and in real time. By doing this, we're able to beat our competitors' costs by 1/2 to 1/10. Not to mention the legitimate expertise that we're able to deliver to all of our customers. We're Slate Q, and we're the marketplace for writing and editing skills. Our mission is to push science forward by helping great researchers become more published and more read. If you're interested, come find me after the talk. Thank you.
Have you launched yet?
So we have a beta site that's active right now. We have 40 editors or so. We're kind of limited in our online capabilities, but we're out there.
How do you get paid?
So we're charging right now a flat rate of 4 cents a word. And as we're pulling in editors and we'll be building out our online capabilities, that'll be prorated based on the editor's previous customer ratings. And that will incentivize editors to do a good job and also increase our revenue.
So could you just talk a little bit more about your traction? How many papers have been published through this platform and stuff like that?
We haven't done any yet. We have a lot of editors that are really interested, and we just started trying to target major R1 universities and hoping to get in touch with our customer bases.
So what's your plan for finding those customers?
Right now, going to vendor fairs and trying to market in scientific journals.
Yeah.
Why don't you just put up some AdWords campaigns or targeted Facebook tomorrow for people Googling or searching for help writing thesis?
Yeah, that's something we've talked about a lot, but I don't know, people suck at online marketing campaigns, I guess, so we're not too confident that's the right strategy.
Do you vet your editors at all? How are they?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
So,
what's the process?
Yeah, so in order to be an editor, you have to either hold a doctorate degree, you have to have a publication that's in, you have to have your name on a publication that's in a citable and peer-reviewed journal, or you have to be an upper-level student in a doctoral program.
So why limit the editors to only be active scientists? I mean, that's kind of hard to sometimes nail down. And also, another fertile area for targeting are grants, grant writing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've gotten that comment a lot about grants, and it's something that we're really interested in expanding into. The reason that we want to have active scientists is because the goal is to match you as a customer with somebody who is current in the scientific literature and kind of knows how the papers are being published and where they're going and how they're being written. So that kind of fluency is really the expertise they were trying to deliver.
We have Auric Sciences next.
Hi, my name is Luke Hepner, and I'm one of the co-founders of Auric Sciences. We have developed a nanotech-based skin therapy solution. As you can see from my pale complexion, I burn easily. This was about 10 years ago. I went on a trip to Hawaii and I went snorkeling. I even remembered to apply sunscreen, but I was alone and I couldn't apply it to my back myself. About an hour or two later, I got done snorkeling, felt sick, and had a blistering sunburn on my back that was quite severe. Severe enough the whole 9-hour plane ride home, I was like this because I couldn't lean back. So if we had developed afterburn technology about 10 years ago, this would have really helped me. So afterburn is a topical cream that can be applied post-sunburn to relieve the painful and red effects of sunburn. Shown here is the effects of afterburn in sunburned mouse skin. So at Auric Sciences, we have developed a nanotech drug delivery platform that can be applied to a variety of skin health issues. A variety of business opportunities exist in the skincare field. So each year, Americans spend over $6 billion for psoriasis treatments that are ineffective. They spend over $2 billion on ageless skin, and radiation dermatitis results in over $1 billion spent each year by Americans. We aim to enter these markets as well as the skin care prevention and sunburn markets, which are newer than the first three. And we hope to first pursue radiation dermatitis, which is similar from sunburn. It results from burns that occur when patients are being treated with radiation therapy for cancer. We have assembled a team of world-class skin researchers, and last summer we went through the Lean Launchpad startup program to iterate our idea and develop market research on the skin solutions that we have developed. We aim to be in clinical trials by the end of this year, and we're excited about this opportunity to gain business partnerships and investment opportunities. Please talk to any members of our team afterwards if you're interested and want to learn more. Thank you.
Hi, Luke.
Hi, Dan.
Good to see you again.
You too.
As a fellow redhead, I'm certainly interested in your technology. Since your Launchpad experience, tell this group a little bit about defining what the cost of your product is and how the market might react to that cost.
So I think one of the greatest challenges in the cost of our product is scaling so that we can make this large enough so that we can market it. Some of the progress we've made in the past year is doing additional experiments in model systems, as well as gaining IRB approval for the radiation dermatitis experiments in humans.
In a 10-second nutshell, what exactly is the mechanism of action of the compound that's in afterburn?
So we're using nanotechnology to improve the delivery and activity of molecular targeted therapies to the skin.
But do you come up with those therapies, or are you only the delivery vehicle?
We come up with those therapies as well. So like our platform technology is the delivery vehicle, but we're also doing research on these technologies. So like, of course, like we're iterating based on the technologies that exist or the therapies that exist, but we believe that, and our data has shown that we can vastly improve the delivery and activity of these therapies.
In theory, you could approach big companies with your vehicle and say, we can deliver your material better than...
Right, exactly. We can go to them and say, we can make what you do better.
And that relates a bit to my question. So is afterburn the same exact formulation for sunburn as it is for dermatitis? radiation dermatitis and for the other indications as well, or is each one its own product that would need a separate approval process?
So sunburn is similar enough to radiation dermatitis that the formulation would be similar, if not identical. In terms of like psoriasis and other diseases like that, it would be a different molecular targeted therapy.
Why not start selling immediately $100 for a tiny tube anti-aging thing that actually works unlike all of the other ones and requires no clearance?
So that's something we've thought about. We felt like with radiation dermatitis, it would be easier to do the clinical trial first, and we could be charging $500 and it would be covered by a patient's deductible that's already been met.
Okay, Genome Collective, we actually don't have your talk. Can you get it down? Alan, can you, for Legion, can we just do a swap when we get Genome Collectives loaded? Alan, are you ready? All right. So this is Legion.
Well,
or not. You guys want to go first?